Hey y'all, how's it going? I hope you're well. Hope you're having an amazing day. I am Dr. Tammy, strategist, consultant, author, speaker, educator. I help you move into the direction of more and prepare for what's next. So today I am here for Dr. Tammy Talks. It's been a while, or as we like to say, it's been a minute since I've been here, since I have been live. I've posted a lot of videos, but as far as me being live, so if you're joining me live, please say hello to me in the comments. If you are joining me on the replay, say hello to me in the comments and tell me where you're joining me from. If you find this information of value that we'll talk about today, we're talking about zone defense. And if you find it of value and you think your audience or the people you know or someone you know would benefit from it, please share this video. So today I want to come and talk to you, I want us to have this conversation about zone defense. So before I get into that, let me just ask a few questions and you feel free to share in the comments. If not, grab your tablet, grab your drink, and just take a seat. Like just take a seat and let's I really want to share with you my approach and what I do. And so I want to know what your approach is. How do you approach your goals? How do you determine the best way to achieve them? Do you work better alone or in a group? Do you know, what is that like? Hey, Miss Deborah, how are you? How are you doing? Do you know what that is? Do you know the best way you do that? So I was thinking about how to share my approach. And I will say the things that I do and the work that I do with those of you who choose to connect with me in some way, and those who I seek to serve and want to impact and want to make sure that they have the tools they need to change and, up level and, go to the next level in their life, business, or their education is is very layered. And in order to experience my process, it's important for you to work with me for a length of time, not just one session, but a length of time, because there are so many aspects that we touch. And I want to talk about one of them today. And I want to talk about some of my premise. Many people who follow me, and many of you who are my OCs, as I like to say, my original catalyst, you know that everything that I do starts with purpose and making sure that what you do, what you aspire to do, what you embark on, those choices you make, the decisions you have to make are aligned with that purpose. And if it's not, how do we get there? What are some ways that we can make sure that the things that we say yes to, the things that we say no to, the things that we know are designated for us is for us? And I do believe that everything that is for you, but you have to have some discernment on what that is. And so, what I do is help people through that process. And so, I don't know if now I'm not, let me just disclaimer for those of you who are joining me. I am not a football guru or a basketball guru. Sports, I know enough to yell and be that mom that screams at the games and know when to scream and yell. But one thing I know is that several sports like basketball and football, they have a zone defense. Now I'm gonna take this from the lens of football because I know just maybe a tad bit enough to make this connection because y'all know I like metaphors. Typically, when you have a defense, you have two options. You can do one on one, what they call man to man, or you can do an area. And that area is what typically they refer to as zone defense, this area. One thing that I know when a coach chooses to go into zone defense is that they are one, trying to neutralize an opponent. So there may be a player on the team that's really good, that they have this just one player, and so they need that one person can't cover, that they need several people to cover this good player, right? Two, it conserves energy, right? There's this idea of energy management where you can conserve energy because you have several people working an area of the field, right? Or three, the players' characteristics of your team. Like, you know, the characteristics of the players on your team, and you know they do better in that, in having zones, right? And doing that zone defense, defending an area. So when I think about the work that I do, I think about it like that. I think about many times what we do on our own when we're achieving our goals, we do it on our own. So it's between you and me, myself, and I, as we like to say, you're doing that just yourself, right? You're doing that, quote unquote, man to man, right? And sometimes that's not the most effective. Some of us, that's not the approach that works best for us. Some of us, we need the zone. We need the help of our team. We need this strategic, intentional way of attacking it like a team and to do work. You know, um, when you are in zones, you get that assistance. You get assistance where you need it. Because there's, now I'm not going to go into flat and deep because that has nothing to do with my subject today. But what I do know is that where you are, when you're in zone, that assistance is available. And of course, you can put people, you can put people in the areas where they can help other players, other people on your team. So when I think about the work that I do, one of the services that I offer is group strategy help, a mentorship type program and community. And I offer that because I know some people don't necessarily do well one on one between me and them, or it's not all that they need, or it's not what they need at the moment, or it's not, they don't have the resources necessary to really fully take advantage of it. And so sometimes we need to move into what I would say the zone defense. And I say zone defense because I'm going to show a graphic. I want to share my screen here because I want to share a graphic because I want you to know why I say zone, to explain sort of what I do when I am when we're going through things and what I have in mind as we're doing some things. So when I say zone fit defenses, I think about when we're achieving our goals, we are moving out of our comfort zone or that area of fear into a place where we can learn and grow. My platform is about learning and development. And so I'm going to ask you another question that you can respond to in the chat or not. Which zone are you in when you think about the goal that you most want to achieve today, whenever you're watching this video? Whatever goal you want to achieve today, where are you? Are you in the comfort zone where you're relaxed, your control is safe, there's no risk, you're not really doing anything? Are you in the fear zone where you're questioning whether you have what you need? Um, you're thinking about, oh, all the problems associated with this, and you're influenced by others, and you may have excuses. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I don't have the money. Oh, I don't. And you have these things that are stopping you. Are you in the fear zone? Because there's some resistance there to moving in the direction of more and preparing for what's next, right? Are you in the learning zone? Have you moved out of that and you are in the place where you are looking for opportunities, you're solving problems, you're learning new skills, you're taking on challenges, you're open to that? Because our ultimate thing is to move into the growth zone. This is where we can set those goals and really not just set them, but achieve them, where we are really knowing our purpose, where we're really having a vision for our life, like what's next. We have the motivation, we have the growth that we need to go. And we are achieving them, right? We're achieving those goals. So, where are you, right? Where are you in this? I'm hoping that your work with me when in it, if you're watching my lives, if you're listening to my podcast, if you're in my reading community, if you are joining me in the academy, what one-on-one, that these are the phases that you see. This is the progression and the transformation you see. So I want you to start really thinking about this coming week. What are your goals and where are you? Which zone are you in? And so, what I like to do is take people out of their comfort zone and move them in a space where they can grow and start achieving their goals. Some people are already they're on that fear, they're on the edge of fear and learning. They're ready to learn. They may be doing a little bit, but just not enough, and they need more assistance. That's where I come in. Because the comfort zone is limiting. You miss out on new opportunities, new growth and development. You miss out on those things. But when you move into the growth, that's where the area of professional and personal development happens. When you move into that growth zone, that's where you push the limits. That's where you embrace discomfort. Yes, it doesn't mean because you're out of the comfort zone that you're not still uneasy about something. It doesn't mean that you're still hesitant, that you're not still uncomfortable. You are. It's just you've embraced it and you're comfortable being uncomfortable. And so because it puts you in a place where you can learn, grow, and achieve. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want the people that are in my circle, the people who are really ready and can really see more, they can feel it, they can taste it, it's there, but they just need someone in the zone with them who can assist them. That person that I talked about earlier who can help them along. That person who is in that area that when they get stuck, they can move. So I really am passionate about this idea of moving the people that I work with, the people that I serve, you, hopefully, if you're not working with me already, from comfort or fear into that learning and growth zone. And so what I create is really about this idea of being a continuous learner, self reflection, which is why I'm asking you to reflect on which zone you're in. So that's your homework. That's your homework for I'm a teacher, so I think about it like that. Um, that idea of reflecting on where you are on your journey and commit, and this idea of commitment of professional and personal growth, like this continuous learning, which is why I have my online reading community. Because of that, because I want um, folks to have access to hearing voices and thinking about how what the author is saying and what their theory or what they're presenting, how that fits into their life and how that can assist in their learning and growth. And so that's really what I know. And all I want, the other thing that I know is that and growth and comfort cannot coexist. You can't be comfortable if you're in a space of growth. When you're in a space of growth and learning, that of course puts you at a place of discomfort. And so you can't be comfortable and grow. You've got to make a decision. So if where you are is low risk, it's you're relaxed, you're safe, you're thinking, I'm good here. This salary works for me. I want to start a business, but this is just so much better. This is so much easier. Then I want you to consider why you're saying that. And are you ready to grow? Right? True learning and change only happens when we stop and step out of our comfort zone. So this particular um, talking about zone defense is I want you to know that that is my one of my methods of achieving your goals, and for you to know that when you're in the zone defense, when you are going through these zones and you're moving, you have someone to assist you on your journey. And so that is really big for me. And so, how do you approach your goals? I'm going to ask it again. And do you work better alone or in a group? Do you know? Because I really want you to move to this idea of from growth, from comfort and fear to learning and growth. So, how do we move? And because what I have and what I do, the work that I do with you is either in the learning zone or the growth zone. But I can't do that work if you're still in comfort and fear. So for those that have this vision, they actually I want to do more. I desire to do more. I desire this. This is something I've always wanted, and this is what I want, and I'm ready now. My life is at a point where this is a good time to do it. I just need to do it. Then this is for you. I'm offering um, what I'm talking about today as an option. Because what I do is help you move out of comfort and fear and move into learning and growth, where you will be uncomfortable, but you would embrace it. It's not going to be a point where it's stopping you, it's hindering you where it's placed. And there's strategy to it. There's strategy and there's intention. And so when I think about um, that, I think about um, my program and what I do. So if you've never seen Manifesting More, a playbook for planning and living on purpose, then you may not know this. So let me just share with you. I have created a purpose planning system, a system to help you manifest more by planning and living on purpose. And it's one thing to plan, but it's about execution, right? It's about execution and living on purpose. So, this particular, and of course, the foundation, as I said earlier, is purpose. What is your purpose? Do you know? Have you thought about it? Um, and is it your purpose or did you borrow it from someone else? Right? Because I want you to have yours. So, what I do is one, we do that. And as I mentioned earlier, and we talked about, is that when you're moving into the growth phase, that's where you really hone in on your purpose. So one of the things, okay, so I have a success path for those who are in my community. So if you were to join my community, my mentorship community, you would have access to this, or you work with me one on one. That's where I go through this process with you and I help you through it. I guide you through it as your mentor and as a facilitator of your growth. 5 phases. So I want to share them briefly with you. And of course, once you come into the community, you'll experience them, but you'll learn more. One is that vision, right? Visioning, where I help you clarify your vision. This is in that growth phase. This is in that learning phase. We also plan. So we create an action plan. You would actually create an action plan that you can have mapped out. It's a map, and you can check off those things as you complete it. You'll have the step by step, one, two, threes, all of that, which makes it easier and in smaller chunks. I think that when we choose our goals and we put them down and the things that we have to do, we put like an ungodly amount on our list. We put so many things that it's impossible to get completed in a day. When you work with me, we talk about how to process through that, how to get that into smaller steps. Of course, the thing is, most people, when they work with me one on one, because of the intensity, it creates a space where they really have to kind of go or our work stops. And so I like that I have created the academy now because now you can come in, you can settle in, self pace. It's there. We go through it. You have me coming in there and sharing how to work through these things. You can do it at your pace. And it makes it so you can do it over a longer period of time. It's sustainable. And so we create a plan, and part of that is creating that plan. We also, number three, the phase three that you move into is execution. Now you got this plan, you have these steps, you've broken it down into smaller steps. Now what? We implement them, we execute them. So we actually execute the strategy. And then number four, I think even when you are doing something you love, you doing something, even if you're not doing it for profit and you're doing it as a nonprofit, you should still be thinking about how can you monetize what you're doing? How can you monetize your purpose? And that is what I love to do. I mean, that is where my visioning comes in because that's where I like to help people clarify that point. What could this look like? If you think about when I think about this, I think about the goals that we have. So, 65% of millionaires, 65% of millionaires have at least three streams of income. Even according to the IRS, average have about seven streams, right? And so I want you, and those who are actually doing well, right? Millionaires, billionaires, they have seven streams of income, different types of income, both active and passive. How do we create that for you? How do we create those streams for you? And so I'd like to help people monetize their purpose because I think that, look, I grew up at a time when you went to school, you got a job, you went to work, and you stayed at that job forever until you retired. And that was your focus. Now we know that there are other ways of doing things. Yes, you can do that, right? You can do that. But why not have other streams? Other streams, like if your job allows, a side hustle. Another stream, investments, property, real estate. Like there's other things that we can do in addition to with just within whatever you're offering your product or service. How can you monetize that in various ways? Y'all, if you only knew, there's so many ways. And in the academy, we do that. And in academy, we talk about that. And in academy, that's what we'll do. And then number five, because I'm gonna keep moving. Number five is harvesting. Y'all know I have this metaphor. Oh, where is it? Oh, I have it, but it's down there. So I'll get it in a moment. But I have this metaphor with seeds. I have the 76 seeds for this season, and I have reap more. And so I have this idea of planting and harvest and the garden and the trees. And I love the nature apparently. I have that metaphor. So this part is harvesting. With reap more, it's more the mindset part of it, but the harvesting is where you realize your wins and you it's a time to reflection. It's time to gather those things that you've produced. Let's look at them, reassess them, and start over. And so then it's this idea of rinse and repeat that you hear, because then those steps we do again and we go deeper. Each time we go through them, we go deeper. So honestly, your work with me can be ongoing. And I know that. And I know those who do better in my space and with what I have to offer do better if they stay over time. They're not just a one session and gone or a pack of six and gone, where they actually stay over time because the things that I have are so layered. Like I haven't even gotten to the ikigai. Like I haven't gotten into some of those things that I also have us consider when we're talking about growth, learning and growth. And so I thought today it'd be really good to just talk about my zone defense and how I tackle those zones, how I think about how I move people, what the transformation looks like. So you see it because I think a lot of people, they don't, other people can see you're growing and changing and evolving before you do. And so I like for people to know what my zone defense look like. What am I talking about when I talk about zone defense? And I'm talking about moving from comfort to growth. And where there's growth, there's discomfort. But you embrace it to a way that you can continuously learn and pursue professional and personal development and achieve your goals and do all the things that's on this graphic, right? Um, because I think that stops us sometimes. So for those of you who are just coming in, hello, make sure you say hello to me in the comments. And today I was just talking about my zone defense and how this is one of the ways, we always have different ways to approach things. And this is one of the ways that I share in my group, or that I aspire when I think about working with people, is moving them, is being that person that's there to assist them, to help them through these particular zones, from growth, from comfort to growth, because growth is our ultimate goal. So I could go on and on. I can talk about this forever. This is something I love, but we're going to save it for Inside the Academy. So if you don't know, I have I have an academy. I have the um, Catalyst for Change. Oops, the let me get it together over here. This tech, the Catalyst for Change Academy, and in the academy, let's see. You can work with me, and it's a membership community, and the doors are open. I'm open for enrollment. We will approach this, the zone defense. We will do some pre-work so you know kind of where you are. This particular broadcast, I'm hoping that you'll start thinking about which zone are you in. When you think about the goal, the big goal, where are you? Are you ready? Are you learning? Are you pursuing that? Are you in the growth phase where you're now achieving some of the things you want to achieve attached to that goal? Or are you fearful? Are you hesitant? Are you resistant? Like, what is happening? And so I hope that, for those of you who are just coming in, if you go back to the beginning, I show that graphic where it may be a little bigger where you can see it. But decide which zone you're in, and if it's a zone, that you could really use some assistance, that you really could just use someone else's point of view, someone else's strategy and intention in helping you move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next, whatever that is for you. So I have the academy. The academy has a wealth of things. I take you through the phases that I went through today. I also have so many other things available to you in there: resources, tools. You get other strategies. You have my Excite Development Center. You have access to job opportunities. Depending on the level that you choose, you actually get access to speaking engagement and other things. But just to be in there, you get to collaborate, you get to be with like-minded people. It's really a zone defense and the zone area, right, where you are having people who can assist you. And yes, I'm in there, but there's also other people. And I welcome other perspectives and other ideas. And it's a community. And I think, just from because I think you will love the platform. And so I invite you to go. There is the link, it's in my link tree. However, I am going to share it in the comments on the different platforms, so you can check the comments shortly after this broadcast as well. But that is available, and that's one of the things that I have for you that I'm really excited about. For you, we created action plans, we have monthly goals, we go through all of that. And I have a few other things I want to share with you. And there we'll do the work, we'll do intensity. It's what you get and what is in there. I think you'll be pleased. You're going to be excited. So, because we're going to embark on this together. So, I do have an offer for founding members. So, for those who are interested in joining now, as I'm opening it, as I'm launching, you get a special thank you, because I know that, you haven't heard anyone yet talk about it. So, what I have is, for the Catalyst for Change Global Academy, you can be a founding member, which means you're in there for the, I guess, the discount that you receive. The only thing I ask is that you give me feedback, that you're engaged in there, you're honest with me, so that way I'm evolving with this. This is a learning. I'm in my learning zone and growth zone when it comes to that particular offering. And so I just want you to know, like, there are some goodies you'll get. I have giveaways, I do prizes, I do all of that. I am moving my communities there. And if you don't want to um, do that now, just know the price will change. Just saying. But let me just tell you some other things before I get out of here, because I can't talk. Because since I am on the academy, I want to talk about um, the other things I have going on that you've been seeing. Now, I've been posting everywhere, so I want you to know that we have the book that we're reading. We read a book together. So right now we're reading Literacy is Liberation. I think it's just a good time for that. And it's just the world, the way the world is. It's just a good time for it to go back to some of the basic things like literacy and thinking about that. If you're an educator, I invite you. If you're an enthusiast, if you're just interested in how we can make social a change, right, and make an impact, let's talk about it. I like to use books as one of those vehicles to open up discussions. And so let's talk about literacy. Let's talk about learning. Let's talk about how we receive information, misinformation, or disinformation. So we'll talk about some of those things, but in there. So I'm really excited about reading that book. And so that is one. And then I'll be putting out a vote for the one that will start in August. Um, but it's coming because I want to vote because I can't decide. I can't decide. Now, this is the one thing that I'm really excited about, y'all. So listen, I am excited. So I don't know if you paid attention to um, my post. If you follow me, are you following me? Make sure you follow me. I'm at Dr. Tammy Francis everywhere, but make sure you're following me because um, you'll find that um, I posted some things on from our last trip, so you can kind of see, you can go eavesdrop. But if you're interested, you can join us in Morocco. We're going to Morocco in 2025. And so I hope that you will join me. We are going, the deposit is only $300 to reserve your spot. You can book it now. You can go to my link tree as well, that I'll put in the comments, but you can also go to bit.ly retreat in Morocco as well. You can go there to sign up as well. But all these links and everything, the academy, you can join my academy, you can join the trip, you can join the reading community, all from my link tree. So I encourage you to go there. That's a good place to go to start. So to check out some things if you just want to see, because I invite you to come with us to Morocco. We'll be there 7 days, 6 nights, and we'll have spa days, camel trekking. We'll tour Marrakesh and the souk. We'll be touring Eureka Valley. We'll be doing so many different things that I invite you to come join us. We'll be doing some glamping, and I put a couple of photos on this graphic from the last trip. So, but if you want to see some actual video footage and reels and stuff, go to my Instagram or my Facebook, to YouTube, LinkedIn, like everywhere, everywhere. So those of you that are following me, you can see some of those. So I'm okay. I'm okay. It's okay if you go to my profile and scroll. It's okay if I see you're there. I'm not gonna reach out and say, hey, why are you looking at my page? So you can go. So I know some people don't like to do that because people know when you're watching, but I'm okay with that because I want you to see some of the things that we do. Of course, I still have so much content to post that I will be posting more soon from our trip. But I just wanted to give you the invitation that this is a good time to sign up. You can pay in full, you can pay over time, but this is the time to join us. I look forward to you in Morocco. First pay, first serve. So reserve your spot. Because y'all know I like more intimate, smaller things. So we can really do the work and have fun. We'll be doing so much. Yeah. So I invite you. All right. Thank you all for joining me. And how do you approach your goals? Do you work alone or do you work in a group? Will your time be better suited with a one on one with me if you need a mentor, if you're in search of a mentor or someone to help you? I don't like to call myself a coach, but I guess that's what it is. I usually call myself a strategist. But I know some people understand the language of a coach. So if you need that type of work and you want that type of accountability, you can do that. But you can also join the academy. The academy is open for you. You can join the academy. The doors are open, and I invite you to join. We'll have the book club. Now, the reading community, if you join the reading community, it's free. It's completely free. So you can join the reading community. We have a discussion coming up next week. And so, so I invite you to get there, get into the actual academy, the mentorship part of it, because that's where we'll be doing some of the work. And I look forward to you joining me on this journey. So if you want to be a founding member and you want to join at the current price, which is $48 a month, if you want to join that, before it goes up on July 16th, I invite you to do that. So, yeah, I didn't mean for that to be a long commercial break. I wanted to just come and share my zone defense. How that's kind of how we push away those things that are stopping us, is that we think about how do we move from one zone to the next? How do we do that? And we do that with assistance. We do that by doing it in a group where we can conserve energy because we have other people doing this work and sharing resources. So we don't have to do a lot of that research. Maybe people have experience. You can get others' perspectives on the same thing. And, if that goal seems too big, it just seems too much and you don't know where to start. Yeah, that's what the zone defense is about. It's about coming in, helping you to assist you where you need. So if you are here and you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for hanging out. Please comment below this video wherever you are so that way I can say hello to you and share it out. If you find that someone may need anything that I offer, or you want to introduce them to me because they haven't met me, I invite you to do that because this is one of so many ways that I help people, and this is the way that I think about it. And if there's so many layers to my work and the work that I do, that I know it takes special people to work with me because these are people who are committed, who are ready, and who are open to a new approach and um, the work, right? The actual work, because it's not easy. I'm not going to even lie. This work is not easy when we're trying to really reach our goals. And this idea that we constantly dream, we're constantly dreaming, we're constantly in this state of moving in the direction of more. This state of motion. You know, even when you think about motivation, motivation is about movement. And so, how do you stay motivated? What do you do? And then when you achieve a goal, what happens next? I can help with that. I can help with that. And I've created a space where we can do that together. And a safe space, what I call my cocoon experience, because it's a space where we can grow, we can transform. If you want to reskill, upskill, retool, I can help with that. Transition and growth. And so I think of that through the zones. Like, how do we transition through these zones to reach where we need to go and what we need to do? So, and accomplish. So, this is my invitation for you to join me on this journey. Um, I have so much to say and I have so much to talk about that I will come back. But what I will say before I go, for those of you who are still wondering or are thinking about it or you're on the fence, you don't know, is that I don't ask anyone that I work with to do anything I haven't done. I haven't tried. And in 2016, when I decided to focus and really walk in my purpose and do that with passion and continuously, like really devoted, is I did this. I went through those 5 phases, what I call the cultivation. That's what my program is called, the cultivation. And so, how do we cultivate that and continue that? Because that is a continual process. If you think about cultivation, it's a continual process. What I have created is that. And I must say, before I opened the academy, I wasn't doing it as effective as I could. I wanted to do that, but it took me some time. Had a few bumps in the road, a few setbacks, but this is the comeback. And I always know the comebacks are greater. And they're greater because it's more focused and it's intentional. And this is the time. And it always happens when it's time. And it's time. And so if you want to um, embark on that, give it a try. This is a great time to come in, settle in, and let's get to work. Um, I would love to be your mentor. I love to be your strategist and help you move through those goals and move through those zones from comfort to growth in the academy. So, y'all take care. I see you here. I didn't see anyone say hi to me. Let me check the comments. Um, but a few people. So I am happy you joined me. And just know that I welcome you into the, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Now I don't even know how to get rid of it. Um, but I don't, I want you to know that I want you to come into the academy. So there we are. There it is. I don't even know where that came from. That is not even on my list here. But anyway, but yeah. Y'all take care. Have a great day. I'm Dr. Tammy, strategist and consultant. I help you move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next. Y'all take care. Have a great weekend. Bye.